Hello and welcome to Matt's Automotive Channel. Today we're going to be changing the fluid in the 6-speed manual transmission in this 2010 GT500. Although it's a very basic and easy thing to do, it's basically just to drain and fill. There are a number of things that you should be aware of prior to doing this yourself. Anyway, I'll explain all this coming up on Matt's Automotive Channel. This is the transmission in the 2010 Mustang GT500. It's a TR6060 6-speed manual, and we're going to be changing the transmission fluid, and there's only two plugs that we need to worry about. Over here on the passenger side near the bottom we have the drain plug, and then if we go over here to the driver's side and up a little bit higher and a little more forward, right here we got the fill plug, and this is a fill to spill plug. So when we add fluid, we're just going to keep adding it until it starts to spill over, and then that's it. One thing to note is that when working from underneath the car, gravity is not our friend when having to pour fluid upward. So to make life easier, I recommend either buying or building a pressurized fluid transfer pump as pictured here. This is just a weed sprayer that was lightly modified to include a valve and a clear tubing to monitor fluid transfer. Now on the side of the transmission here, you'll see that it says use Dexron 3 ATF only. However, if you look in the owner's manual, it says use Mercon 5 ATF only. So we're going to be using the Mercon since that's what's recommended in the owner's manual. All right, so let's start by placing the drain pan under the drain plug, and then we'll go ahead and remove the drain plug. Now let's go ahead and crack open the fill plug to let a little air in on the top, and it'll drain out a little bit smoother and quicker. Now we can thread the drain plug back in. Now we can fill up the tank on our transfer pump. At this time, we're only putting in 3 out of the 4 quarts into the filler because we don't want to exceed the maximum fill line. Now let's reattach the pump and lines. Now let's close the valve and pressurize the tank. Now let's flush the line to purge out any old fluid and debris. Now let's remove the fill plug and insert the fill hose. Now let's pressurize the tank and open the valve to begin filling. Once it begins pumping air, we can close the valve, depressurize, and then refill the tank with the last quart. Now let's continue filling until fluid starts spilling out of the fill hole. Now we can replace the fill plug. Now just clean up the excess spill. Alright, that concludes this relatively simple process. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.